What is up, YouTube? Man, let me tell y'all, I had a great past 2 weeks of riding on the bike. It has been awesome. So I'm gonna give you all a quick recap of how the past 2 weeks have been. So last weekend we went up to Washington, D.C. for Rolling to Remember, and I will tell you, they rolled out the red carpet for the bikers. It was an absolutely phenomenal event. The roads were blocked off by the officers. We had police escorts for the parade ride, and I mean, there were well over 100,000 bikes there for that event. I don't know what the total count is, but I can tell you it was a lot. Harleys, Indians, Kawasaki's, BMWs, Slingshots, Can-Ams, Goings. We had a little bit of everything out there, and it was great to see so many bikers out supporting Rolling to Remember. That was our first event going up there for that ride, and I will tell you, it would not be the last. It was a great time, and not just the parade ride itself, but also some of the other rides around DC that we did. So we had a really good time up there, and we will definitely be doing it again for sure. So that was Friday, Saturday, Sunday of last weekend, and then this weekend we rode on Saturday and Sunday. Saturday we went to a exotic bird park, and it wasn't bad at all. It was a good ride there, and then we got to the bird park, and they had all kinds of freaking birds from like all over the world. It's some really cool stuff. I'll throw some pictures up because I don't know the names of those birds other than like the flamingos and parakeets, but they had some other kind of Jurassic Park looking birds there and stuff, so but that wasn't too bad. And then Sunday we did the 2-chapter challenge, and so for the 2-chapter challenge, that was conducted with our sister chapter, Hampton Roads Hog chapter, and basically what happens is we get together, see who have the most riders show up, and have lunch, a little bit of camaraderie there, and then we enjoyed the ride back. But the ride there was super. It was some different roads that I haven't been on, and the road captain did a great job of mapping this one out. A lot of nice curvy roads that were there, and I didn't break out any of my cameras because it looked like it was going to rain. As a matter of fact, that it started sprinkling a tad bit in the morning right before we left, and I was debating whether to put on my rain gear or not, and I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm not going to put it on, we'll see what happens. And so luckily we avoided any heavy rains or anything like that, but it was a fairly gray and cloudy day, unlike today to where we've got some sunshine. But yeah, that was a good ride, and that one I would definitely take note of, particularly that road, because I would ride it again in a heartbeat. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, I don't know exactly how many bikes we had in our group. I know we did split the group in two, so we probably had, I'm sure we had over over 20 or 30 who showed up for the two-state chapter challenge. We do a really good job of supporting our chapter all around. So anyway, we were able to win that one. We kept the trophy. We won it last year also, so we get to hang on to that bad boy. But it was good. We had a really good weekend of riding. So I looked at the weather last night, saw it was going to be good, and I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna ride into work this morning, which is what I'm doing now. And figured I would give you all an update on what's been going on. I hope you've been enjoying some of the 360 videos that I've been putting up. I'm trying to get a feel of how everyone likes those. I figure I'll let people be able to look around a little bit more instead of just seeing what I want you to see, where I can give you a 360 view and you can scan around. I thought that came in handy for the parade ride for Rolling to Remember in DC. I actually was able to go around, look around on that video and see some things that I couldn't see while I was actually riding, because I'm concentrating on the road and everything that's going on there. So I didn't really get to sightsee per se as much on that ride. But excuse me, but going back and looking at the video, I was able to really take in some things that I missed. So I think I'll continue to do that for the most part. And yeah, we'll see how things evolve from there. But I'm not going to stop with the vlogging. Also did have a couple of things to talk about this morning. Wanted to update you all on my weekend. Like I said, I thought it was a really good past 2 weekends that we had out on the road. So shifting gears a little bit, about a month or so ago, or I'll say at the start of the NBA playoffs, my prediction was Denver Nuggets and the Philadelphia 76ers. Well, of course, the 76ers, they pooped the bed and they are out. I did have them winning it all to represent the East. And I did get Denver right. I still think Denver's a very, very, very good team. And but Miami, whoa, I totally missed them as far as being an underdog. And I thought Philly was actually going to be somewhat of my underdog pick. But Miami, yeah, Miami is they are serious. They are in it. I watched the game last night. Well, game one with the Nuggets, where the Nuggets won. I just kind of figured, one, that Denver would win that game. The fresher team, they had some rest. Miami's coming into Denver, got to deal with that atmosphere. So that wasn't a surprise. Game two last night, I thought was very good, and I got to see more of the Miami team that I think we're going to see throughout the rest of this playoffs. Not even the rest of the playoffs, but for this series, because this is the finals. This is it. So Miami showed up last night, and I think they played well, even though it got close there in the stretch. But then now they're going to go back home, and the telltale is going to be when they get back to the 305. How will Denver now respond? Because I think the pressure's on them to win on Miami's home court at this point. So what do I think? This one's going to be tough to call. I want to say that Denver is clearly the better team. But team is the key word, and both of these teams, even though they have great individual players, but they play great team ball, which I really like. I think, you know, Jokic is, I haven't got to see him too much this season. I didn't watch too many West Coast games because of the time. that they come on and whatnot, but watching him play this series and seeing what he's done these past couple years, the guy is he's the truth. And with Murray and those guys, they got a good squad. But then when you're talking about Miami, I mean, you can almost plug and play anywhere, because you've got guys who, when they get hot, can score all around. Duncan Robinson last night was on fire. So here's my prediction. I'm an East Coast guy, been an East Coast guy my whole life. Born in South Carolina. I know 95 like the back of my hand. So I've got to stick with the East. And I'm going to say Miami's going to pull this thing out. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and say Miami in, I don't think it's going to be a 7-game series. I'm going to say Miami in 6. Miami in 6 is my prediction. So we're going to see what happens. Miami in 6. But anyway, I'm almost to the job. And I hope you all have a great rest of your week. I don't know when I'm going to upload this video, and I got a couple others I'm going to throw in there with it. But I will see you all on a ride soon. Until then, keep the rubber side down and the shiny side up. Out.